We see you found your way here.
Welcome, sit back,
Relax.
and enjoy the podcast
Being
Being
You
You
by
by
MelGie.
MelGie.
Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode of the podcast Being You by MelGie. I'm Mel.
And I'm G.
Today, it's basically an introduction of who we are and just kind of letting you guys know where we came from, how we met, why we started this together, and some things that we're looking forward to the podcast. Am I right, G?
Yeah, you're right. For this episode, we'll just be sharing about us.
G, let's start off with you, dude.
Well, I'm actually from Nigeria, but I'm currently staying in the Philippines. I study dentistry and I'm born and raised there, but I just moved countries for school. And I'm still currently in school and trying to work my way out of school. As you get to listen to us interacting in this episode, you'll find that I am quite the spontaneous person
Yeah,
and quite random too.
yeah.
And my speech may be in spurts, but we'll get around to that. Like, you guys will get used to it.
I think it's because of your Aquarius trait.
Oh yeah, it's the Aquarius in me. Like, our minds are always everywhere, like constantly in thoughts. There's always something on my mind. Even right now, I'm thinking of something.
Something Aquarius related.
Something Aquarius related. And INTP.
Just throwing out your personality out there. Okay.
Yeah. And then what about you, Mel?
Okay. So obviously, I'm an American, but I'm Filipino. So you call me a Filipino American. I was born in Chicago, actually. Not very many people know that. I would usually just tell people, oh, yeah, I'm from California, and they would assume I was born and raised in California. But truth be told, I was born in Chicago. I grew up my toddler to teenage years in California before I came to the Philippines and started college. And I feel like I've been here a little bit longer than G, considering that I took 1 year of nursing in another university before I transferred and took dentistry with G at our university here in the Philippines. So honestly, there's nothing really special. I mean, like G did say she's more of the spontaneous type, and I'm kind of like the serious.
You're more of someone that you take a planner out, you make bullet points, so like, okay, I'm gonna get this done in the morning, I'm gonna eat this for lunch, and then I'll sleep at this time, and then repeat the same cycle. You're more organized. Me, I just wake up in the morning and then I wing it. Yeah.
You know, ironically, you're the one that carries planners, though.
I like planning. I like planning, okay? This is different. Sometimes I may not keep to the schedule, but I love the feeling of temporarily getting my life together on paper.
Well, I mean, I guess. Look, G is the type that would, okay, G is very artsy, okay? And little secret that I am now going to reveal. So I guess it's not a secret anymore. She's actually the one that drew our, what do you call that? Default
I
picture.
that cover art.
Yes, it's our cover art, and she drew it. And she's quite the artist, by the way. Me, if you have to ask me what my talent is, it's that.
Writing.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say like it's just silent. There's like nothing, but sure, I guess writing could be
I mean,
a
like, I'm not
talent.
really. I think it's a kind of a good thing. Like, we kind of supplement each other because I'm not really much of a writer. And then you take over that part and you don't really draw. And then I take over that part. And then together we'll create the ultimate story. Speaking of which, we did make a story before.
We did. We
Oh,
did.
wow.
Fun fact, I kind of did make like an illustration type book, but I'm the one that wrote stories, and G was the one that hand drew and painted some of the scene. And
Yeah.
it's something that's really memorable for me, and it's something that I could keep for a really long time. Sad to say, it's in my possession because I still have to write stuff, but
Yeah, it's all right. It's,
yeah. So to continue, G and I have actually been friends since 2015.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, 2015.
Quite a long journey.
It's been a really, really long journey. It's 2022 now, dude. 7 years? Whoa, it
That
just hit me.
isn't that great though? And then let's make it 10 years and then 20.
I was about to say, if you just stop at 20 or 10, I was going to like smack you. Just kidding. We're not doing that.
You see, for our listeners, I just have to put it out there that Melissa has hands of iron or leather, rather. If you get smacked, me being the person here in this example. So, if a person gets smacked, or me, it is painful as heck because her hands, they look soft, okay? They look like you can play piano or something with them, but they are hard as steel and they're painful as heck.
Dude,
Just putting
what
that out there.
Dude, what if we get far with this podcast? We have meet and greets, and then, like, I don't know, we decide to, like, sign some flyers or something. Sorry, guys, I'm dreaming pretty big here. For some of you that don't like it, well, let me dream big.
Wow. All right.
Okay, so you're one of them.
No, I'm just saying, man, like, you don't need to defend it. We're just doing this for fun. Like, no
Oh,
need
that's
to.
true. I don't know. I guess it's because I'm a Pisces. Whoops.
Well,
They're throwing
that's okay.
horoscopes out there.
My Aquarius self will understand what you're trying to relay here.
Any, anyway, just imagine if you were doing a meet and greet, and then the first thing people tell me are like, "Oh my gosh, your hands really do look soft." Like, are they really leather though? I would be
Yeah,
so
like,
scared.
you should answer them, like, why don't you find out?
Whoa, whoa, ah,
Oh.
oh. uh,
Okay.
but yeah, geez, dude, we've been
Mm-hmm.
friends for 7 years. And do you still remember how we became friends?
Didn't I drag you? I have no idea actually. We were classmates, yeah, but I don't actually remember how exactly we became close. But I do know I hung out with you before I took you in as a friend in my head. I don't know if that makes any sense. You know, when you hang out with the person and then in your mind, you're not really that close, but they're around you. When you get really used to that person, think of them as a friend. So it's something like that. I don't really keep a lot of friends, but the ones that I do keep are quite few. I spend a long time getting to know them before I genuinely think of them as a friend. So I'm not quite sure when I started thinking of you as a friend.
It's fine. I mean, I don't blame you because I am a person with trust issues. So,
Yo, unlike you, I don't have trust issues, man. I just take my time to evaluate who to keep around.
I mean, I do blame myself for having trust issues because back then I was able to trust people probably really easily. Maybe that's why I have this issue now.
Oh
But,
damn, who hurt you? Who who
uh,
who hurt our Mel? Who hurt?
man, let's be
You need
honest.
you need some cookies for that with milk.
Hey, I'm a sucker for cookies, specifically chocolate chip.
Oh well, at least now we
Send
all
some
know how
over.
to when you want.
Exactly. Exactly. No, I think I remember I started being friends with you because second semester, 2015, dental technology class or like something like that. There were like other foreigners in our class for some reason, but they were like always in their own group because I think they were from the same country.
Yeah,
Like,
they were all from around the same region. Like their countries were really close together, so they had a lot to relate with. Whereas you don't really see a lot of Philams around, but you still had your way of associating with Filipinos that were in the class. As for me, though, I just used to stay by myself until I found out that you guys had a group that you were sharing questions for quizzes to review with, and I was just blindly making my way through the semester without knowing that group existed. So yeah, I think that was a very big event for me because I
I
was so
remember
angry.
this pent up anger, dude.
I was
Okay.
so angry that day, man. Gosh darn.
Oh gosh. Okay, so this was like before I completely befriended her. Because I remember there was another girl that I did befriend, but like things went down south. But anyway, that's not the point here. That's not the point here. The point here is I've met this girl and you know, just like she said, you don't really get to know who a philam is inside of a room or unless they talk.
Yeah,
Like
pretty much. I mean, what differentiates you guys is your upbringing. You guys still look Filipino on the outside. Plus, oh wait,
well,
you guys also have a sense of dressing that is kind of different too. So,
yeah,
this-
American style, but back on track. All of the other foreigners were like kind of in their own group, and I just kind of noticed Angie like being secluded, and she's like in her own corner. But the reason why I was so interested to talk to her is because, dude, I'm in the Philippines, man. I have not seen a single person with afro hair. I mean, call me like, I don't know, not racist, because, I was really, how do I explain this? Like,
You're not really that exposed to other people with curly hair in the Philippines.
yeah,
They're not
and
common.
there we go. Thank you. Like here in the Philippines, but in America, I'm like so used to it, okay? But here it's just like, whoa, what made you choose to come here and study here? And I mean, let's be honest, man. There's not very many people at our school with afro hair. So you stand out a lot. You and another friend, which isn't a
uh,
bad thing.
I mean, yeah, it's not a bad thing. Like that's how I am naturally. So,
Yeah, I mean, love yourself. Ooh, where's all my BTS fans out there?
oh my gosh,
What?
nothing. Like we stand the army. Yay!
I dragged her into it.
Man, the only reason why I even started being able to differentiate the guys
Members.
in this, yeah, the members. The only reason why I was able to differentiate them was because I wanted to have a conversation with you. How much effort I put into that. I spent a whole summer, 3 months of my life watching BTS videos, keeping up with the news. I even made an art account of just drawing them. And then eventually I drew them so much that I could draw them off my head. It was weird, especially Jimin. Like I drew Jimin so much sketches, oh Lord. But yeah, that's behind me now. I don't do that anymore.
Where's all the Jimin fans out there? Jiminy fans, where are you guys at? Okay, look. Hey, I didn't mean to like kind of get you into BTS so that way that you could talk to me. I mean, like you've tried to get me into
We
uh
don't mention the unforgiven. Okay, so for about the people listening, she likes K-pop, and then me, I like the darker side of the web. So we don't share we don't share my particular interest. Maybe that's for another episode, which will probably happen later, and maybe I'll have a friend as a guest to talk about my hobbies and interests with. But for now, it's the dark side of the web. About we don't talk about unholy things here.
Oh
It
gosh.
no, it's still like really bad stuff, but yeah, that's
Maybe
for the
like to some people they might consider it not bad, but of course there's still like a group of people that are like, "Oh my gosh."
well, I mean, those people with the fragile ego might consider it. Man, I am making this thing sound like I sacrifice goats in my compound or something, like underneath my bed. Like I'm not doing anything bad, man. But this episode isn't for my hobbies.
Oh my gosh. Should we
It is
fill in our listeners into like something?
no. That let them be curious.
Stay curious, my friends. Stay
Yeah.
curious.
Oh yeah, speaking of hobbies, going back to this podcast being you, we will be covering topics such as sharing our hobbies, skills, or different activities that we've done together with our friends or guests or
Just
so
us.
yeah,
Or just
yeah.
us.
Or
I
just
mean,
us.
yeah. Honestly, I could probably think of having episodes where I'm talking about like international fans with K-pop. And I'm not just talking about BTS. Come on, guys. Broaden your, you know, broaden
Yeah,
your
I mean
artist
there's
shelf.
what's the name of that one? Eve?
Nice.
Wait, was Eve the name of the music video, the song? And then the
Yes.
band. What what's the name then? EXO? Oh yeah, that. The only reason why I remember, like, I remember the album cover arts. I think it looked like marijuana or something. I think
What?
that it had leaves on it. In
Wait,
the shape.
as you
It
guys
had
can see, I dragged her into K-pop.
it had leaves on the cover art, and it was in the shape of a hexagon or something like EXO. So that's the only song, and I have more reasons to like that particular song.
Oh. Here. Hi guys, welcome to the habits provided by G, and that's for another episode.
Dude,
Anyway,
yeah.
on track, just saying out there. One of my interests in life does include K-pop, and I do encourage other people to please broaden your artist shelf. And I don't mean just BTS, and I don't mean just Blackpink. You guys should probably maybe look into EXO or Enhypen or Stray Kids. But yeah, sure, okay. Anyway.
Yeah, she's just shamelessly advertising mainly guy groups, but yeah, you guys should listen to the ones that are specifically EXO and Stray Kids.
Hey.
And
Well,
but
I mean,
yeah,
like, isn't it like, okay, in the K-pop community, we
no,
have this thing called calling people who have been listening to K-pop since like 2013 or, before that,
so you guys are like the
veterans.
real OG, all right?
No, they
Ooh.
call us veterans.
Oh,
And I
wow.
mean, I won't lie, I don't get it why. I kind of don't like the term because I feel so old. Like, I feel
I
like I
mean,
retired.
isn't that a good thing? Because then maybe I can't really think of any good things to like make you feel better about being called a veteran. But
See, even you can.
that's because I'm not part of the community. I don't understand the value.
Oh, another thing to
But
like kind of know
I,
about us. I'm on the
mm,
K-pop side, G is more on the Japanese anime side. So don't you
I
guys have
mean,
like a term for like people who has been watching anime from a certain point?
I mean, we're called weebs, or there is the term otaku, but otaku is like a neat, I think.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't get it. You guys are called weebs and we're called Korea boos. This is honestly really funny. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, because like weeb is weeaboo, so when you put the K in that, you get Koreaboo. Yeah, because you guys are no better than us. We're both degenerates at this point because we just obsessively follow topics as many things that we probably never see in real life. Yeah, probably that.
Probably
Well,
not. Oh, we might also be able to talk about like some games. Did you guys know that me and G are basically not obsessed, but we enjoy playing Genshin
oh
and
yeah, bring
Cookie
in the
Run.
Genshin, bring in the Genshin Impact community here. Take it on. Yeah, also Cookie Run Kingdom. Yes.
On the side, we
Yeah. Or
after you
maybe we can even have an episode where we just talk about stuff in Genshin. Yeah, that can be one.
yeah,
So
that
that's
can be
another
one.
yeah, that's another thing to look forward to.
This is what we mean by anything and everything under the sun. So, all of you people out there playing Genshin, just want to let you guys know I am Shao biased.
And I'm albedo biased.
Really.
I
I
mean,
got
yeah,
I,
it was the first 5 star I worked for. I got him on New Year's Day. So, yeah, he's special for me.
man, you make it sound like you've had such a special like a relationship with
I had a
Albedo.
special moment, like the moment I locked eyes on his character art.
What?
I knew that he was the homunculus for me.
Oh
Oh god.
my
I'm
gosh.
just kidding, man. I'm not that much of a degenerate that I'll ship myself to a fictional character. I'm just messing around.
Right.
I'm cropping this out. So that's all we have to cover for this episode, and we hope for you guys, our listeners, to come back. And we have so much planned for the following episodes that we will be posting here on the podcast Being You by MelGie.
So
That
much topics. So much topics. I'm honestly excited to talk about these and share these with you, whether if it's just me and a guest or with me and G or me, G, and a guest. So I really hope that you guys are looking forward to our podcast. Since we are starting out We're probably not going to be uploading super often, but we're definitely going to be uploading. So just stay tuned. Also, we made our Instagram account, by the way. So if you'd like, go ahead and tap on the follow button on melgie.podcasts on IG. And you could probably, hint, hint, click the subscribe, like, and follow button on our YouTube channel right here on MelGie Podcast. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, wherever you're at. Just enjoy.
Thanks for listening.
Don't forget to stay tuned for our upcoming episodes on this podcast. Being You by MelGie. We're your hosts, Mel
and G, signing off.